Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a wide angle. Yeah.
You got the iPhone going live or your Samsung? Yeah.
That's
That's good.
somebody check the GMS page. See how it looks. Might not be up yet.
I want to make sure it's light.
Yeah, it's up.
Should be fine.
Had no windows.
Let's see. Let's Isaiah 33. All right, Shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites coming in week in and week out upon the downfall of this wicked kingdom. To let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you're the biblical Israelites according to the Bible. Before all that, we're going to face the east and give all praises to Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem HaKakodash.
Double honor to the head apostle, members of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, my truth and sincerity. You know, another day in Babylon the Great. You know, we're out here on the highways and byways once again, as we're commanded, you know, giving a warning to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, of what's to come concerning the prophecies, man, all right? Concerning the things that are coming in the days before you, whether you'll hear or forbear. Let's go to, what you got, Isaiah 33. The book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest and was not spoiled. And so the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. This wisdom and knowledge is going to keep you stable in these things that are coming before us, concerning events, concerning the agendas of the so-called white man, concerning the vibration that's going on all over the four corners of the earth. You know, because you're starting to see, you know, our people, they're not stable. They don't have the answers, man. You know, they're confused. The various different things that are coming down the pipeline, you know, have them thinking and having questioning everything that they believe in. Go ahead. Stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is his treasure. Yeah, that's right. The fear of the Lord. Like the scripture says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, man. Majority of our people, they don't fear Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. They fear the modern day Pharaoh, who is the so-called white man. And they fear what he, you know, what he thinks about him and what he says. And they're inclined to do as he says. They're inclined to go after his will, not the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, nor to do what's pleasing to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know? Somebody grab 2 Corinthians 15 and 13 real quick. You have a precept, Aram?
Not yet. 2 Corinthians 15 and 13. 2 Corinthians, the book of 2 Corinthians. Second Chronicles 15 and 13. It says, that's all right. 2 Chronicles 15 and 12, and they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord, power of their fathers, with all their heart and with all their soul. Verse 13, that whosoever would not seek the Lord, power of Hashem Yahweh Shai, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman.
Yeah, so that's a warning that is being sent out by the Lord, man. You know, whether you're a man, a female, whether you're a child, whether you're old, whether you're young. Whoever doesn't seek Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when the Lord's going to put you to death. Because, you know, you got the prophets rising up early, coming out here on the highways and byways, doing videos, you know, pushing this wisdom and knowledge on a high level, saturating the airways, saturating the internet, you know, with this truth, which is ultimately for you Israelites, man. And the majority of our people, man, they don't want to hear it. They rather hear what, you know, Donald Trump's got to say. They rather hear what these politicians, these prominent, influential, characters in society today, what they got to say, what their thoughts, what their feelings are, But they ain't coming out of the Bible. They ain't coming out of the scriptures, man. They ain't going into the prophecies. They ain't breaking down the scriptures how they're supposed to be broken down. I got a precept on the show. The book of Sirach, chapter 41, and verse 5. The children of sinners are abominable children, and they have conversant in the dwellings of the ungodly. Yeah. And when Esau pushes, that's what they're conversing in. That's what Jake's talking about. And that's what Jake's concerned about. They're not concerned about, what the prophets are saying, man. They're not concerned about the prophecies. They're not concerned about what's about to take place, man. They're not concerned about what things that pertain to salvation, man. How to get right in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, repentance, man. That ultimately they can receive salvation. Because the majority of our people, they think that they're already saved because they're a Christian, because they, step foot in a Baptist, Pentecostal, Roman Catholic church, because they prayed a simple prayer of so-called salvation, and they think that they're good,
They love everything.
Yeah.
And they have no hate in their heart.
Right. Once you're saved, you're always saved, right?
And then look how Esau used that as a weapon. Now, just like they use the civil rights as a thing to join everything together. Right. But this Christianity, a religion, it makes you believe in and love everything.
Yeah.
You just love the generous.
Right. Yep. And that's been the downfall of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, like the brother was bringing out. The civil rights era, Martin Luther King, and the black culture, black history, the church, all that, man. Destroyed these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, having you wanting and yearning and crying to your oppressor, for everything, man.
Don't you to a degenerate, and then you're yearning for him to fix your. Basically, no. Don't you a degenerate, but now he starts coming with different mandates, and then you're crying to keep you stay like you are, even and corrupt. Jake's cry is really just chasing that pleasure, chase evil, and they keep on going to the multitude of them. They don't like righteousness, man. They're not yearning and crying for things to get better, for Jake to change, and for evil to get out of wickedness. Wickedness to get out of our people. They're crying to continue to do it. They continue being a nigga, to be a mo. That's why when you look at all aspect of the Jake, man, it just drew. Just to keep an argument point going on. Oh, black men this, men are this, and women are this. Jake is just degenerates, man. And to the point you can't. There's no reason to Jake. You got it?
Precept. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, and verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children. And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. You got it? Yeah, kind of. Man, back on what the brother was saying, Jake is just stupid, Here it is, you got the prophets out here in the highways and byways, which means that the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is stretched out still, but Jake ain't even considering the matter. They look at this as if it's nothing, They look at what we're doing as madness, You gotta go.
A little lengthy.
Something to get Isaiah 1 and 3, 3 to 6.
Isaiah 1 and 3?
Yeah.
You know, we started second chapter. Isaiah 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we started first. Yeah, second.
Isaiah 1 and 2. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me.
It's talking about you Israelites. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
The message is for you. To get your act together.
But they wanted to be for everybody. Hold on. So it's just for me?
That's
Because personally, so this gift is just for me and me only. Why can't my friends, Esau,
Yeah.
I got somebody, they can't get none of it? Nah, it's only for you. I don't want it. It must not be right if it ain't for everybody, right?
It's sad how low our people have been reduced to. The fact that they would just want to take everything and love everything else. But when it comes to loving and really striving for themselves, for them to get better, they have no disregard.
You can't tell Esau that. You can't tell Esau, hey, This is only for you. He said, oh shit, it's mine.
Yeah.
I ain't sharing it neither.
Beat it, nigga.
You tell Jake that, man, Jake got a problem. He wanted a little so-called white man to have a piece of it. You know? He wanted him to be in on this.
And there's certain Edomite neighborhoods, they don't want your black ass around. In certain Edomite areas, they don't want your black ass around. But you want to incorporate them in everything. Don't you know there's places in this world they don't want your ass there?
Yeah. And Esau spends a lot of money suppressing that information. He spends a lot of money suppressing these sundown towns, suppressing information on neighborhoods, and ultimately the hate that Esau has for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
And the top, even these companies that you work for.
Yeah.
If you really knew how your the top owner that would really think towards you
Yeah,
niggas
yeah.
that work for him, you know, you would think, well, I don't know, a nigga, he just loves everything.
Yep.
Land back on what you're saying, Baba Kashaw, you know, and that goes into the mindset of Jake being sick, you know what I'm saying? You know, like Metathalia was bringing out, you know what I'm saying? This can't happen without my master.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So they don't understand the mindset of the Abba Shem Yahushai. The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, and verse 8. I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither praise to graven images. Yeah, Khan, you know what I'm saying? So that's the mindset of the Lord, which means that that's the mindset that you should have. You know, here it is, you know, Jake is destroyed for lack of knowledge, and they're willing to give away their inheritance.
Right. The first 5 books of Moses was given to Israelites. I mean, it's like Yahweh gave Moses the first 5 books, and Moses took it to Israel, man. You know, it showed them the beginning, told them, you know, about what's to come. Hey, but again, here it is. Our people want to give this knowledge to everybody. This is like, for instance, Acts, I think, the 13th chapter. I think Stephen, or either Paul or Stephen, he basically said, all you men are Israelites, and the ones that fear the Lord, meaning the Israelite followers. He broke the history down to the people that were in the crowd. Now, if think about it, if you wasn't there to know, how would you understand the history?
Yeah, like the 1 Corinthians, what is it, the 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter.
Yeah, you gonna talk to the Edomite? Yeah, remember who was in Egypt? Remember who was in Egypt, the slavery? He can't relate to that.
Yeah, hey, matter of fact, somebody grab 1 Corinthians,
Edomite.
chapter 10.
Yo, remember when we went to the Babylonian captivity? We forced our people to go into captivity.
Right.
Yo, remember that Elon, Moab? Hey, look at you.
I'm not you.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, you saw the verse 1. Verse 1. Moreover, brethren.
So this is, you know, the Apostle Paul speaking. He's saying, moreover, brethren. So he's speaking to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
I would not that ye be ignorant, how that all of our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea.
Yeah, so he's speaking about the Exodus out of Egypt, man. These other nations can't relate to that. You know, they weren't there. They might have heard. Of course, they heard about it. You know, they heard about the word traveled around the earth. You know, majority of the earth. But they can't relate to that. Like, yeah, I remember that. It's like right. It's like you other nations can't relate to the transatlantic slave trade, man. You know, you can't relate to being brought over here to America. You took a plane over here,
And they can't relate to our problems here now.
exactly, right? You know, so this is Paul speaking. He's speaking to the Israelites that were among the other nations that looked, that spoke the language, that act, that dressed, that worked the same jobs, and were raised like the other nations. You know.
Come. Verse 3. Verse 2. And were all baptized unto Moses and the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat. Manna.
You other nations don't even know what manna tastes like, man. Okay. Hey,
What's that saying? You was looking when I was shooting in the gym.
yeah. You know, y'all didn't eat the manna.
Right.
You know, that chariot, you know, because it's referring to a cloud, you know, that's actually speaking about a chariot, you know, and that was Yahweh Shai. You know, that pillar of fire, and that by night, yeah. You know, leading us out of captivity.
Can I bring out something?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Just land back on what you're going into. Apostle Paul, same one, also went into the history. Acts the 13th chapter, verse 16. Then Paul stood up and beckoning with his hand said, "Men of Israel, and ye that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, give audience." Verse 17.
Give attention. You got it.
Verse 17. The power of this people of Israel chose our fathers and exalted.
He made it singular.
Yeah, bro.
He didn't say he chose our fathers and Elam, the fathers of Moab,
Right.
Ham. No. Right?
It says, and exalted the people when they dwelt as strangers in the land of Egypt, and with an high arm brought them.
Is it not funny? Is it not funny that we go into Christianity, they never really went into the Old Testament.
Right.
They never really dived into the Old Testament. They always played around in the New Testament talking about Gentiles. Because in all actuality, they could never relate. They can't relate to that, you know, because they wasn't there. And that's why they always had to give you them nice old scriptures. They had to make the book look like a fairy tale book. As if you just gradually just believe in it, have faith. Like they always like the people of the children of Israel, like the apostles, like. Well, they didn't realize. Well, some of them probably did, but they don't realize those Israelites are us.
That's right.
They were speaking about us, man,
Right.
in the condition that we're going to live later in life, man. Our captivity.
If I can say too, that's why the history was so important for Esau to hide the history, because it is the history. The history links us up to reveal that we're the Israelites, Deuteronomy 28th chapter. So you can't hide that, you know? So you can't include other nations when you go into the history of how the Lord did things.
You're not going to understand the whole coming of Yahushua, and even in the Old Testament spoke about Yahushua coming to save the people of Israel. Because, come on, Yahweh already told Moses, and they're going to get rebellious, and they're going to be, I'm going to drive them to other nations, into captivity. And I'm eventually have a savior that's going to come get them. So they already predicted that, no, this is not for everybody. This is for Israelites, man.
Yeah, Khan, you know what I'm saying? Until Yahweh Hashem Yahushua put the spirit, you know, among his men, the understanding of the scriptures, it just wasn't in the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because even in the same Bible that your grandmother had, you know, those precepts are still there in the middle columns. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't know how to put it together until, you know, the Lord's men came on the scene. You know what I'm saying? So even with Christianity, they don't even explain to you how to read the scriptures the right way. Even though it says it in the book of Isaiah.
They really made it like a faith-based book. Like, cause even when you go to like National Geographic, they try to paint the picture as if the Israelites were just some people that went off and then they just disappeared. So now, as a Gentile, we can believe and be grafted in, and the Lord Jesus died for us. No, that's bullshit.
And they take they read the scriptures as verbatim.
Yeah.
In a sense. You know, but when you take any type of history Esau goes into, any type of ancient knowledge Esau goes into, he always goes to the original. So, okay, we have this book, but we found the original text from BC, AD, and you know, we had, you know, they hold it to a higher standard than the translations that came after that. Right? But here, you know, you got Jake, like you were going into. They don't think we got to go into, you know, the etymology of words, go into the, you know, the Hebrew, the Greek, the Latin. You know, and you don't have to do that. You can just take it off the strength of taking it in English. You know, after, you know, the various different translations. Man.
Same way they made those little fairy tale books. That's why women are fucked up. Now, use that as an example as that's pretty much what they did to the Bible. They made it like a fairy tale. That, you know, they give you some type of hope and belief, but really all into incorporate the New World Order into this whole mindset. And Esau pretty much making you think that, you know, the Lord is dealing with this place.
The original text of something always had higher value. You have books that are for sale online. You know, it's like a moderate price, but when you have the original ancient book, you know, the actual book, the actual text. That shit, you might spend $20, $30, $1 million for that book. That's
more revealing.
You know?
Yeah, kind of, if I may, land banking on that, you know, even if you have the original text, you know, you still need the original people.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? To translate it for you.
The ones the Holy Spirit. Right?
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Because the prophets are out here doing the grunt work for you,
Yeah.
James.
Because you wouldn't even, they wouldn't even understand it if it was, if they spoke Hebrew and they could read Hebrew and, you know, had the ancient text right in front of them, you know? Because it was still written in allegory, it was still written in parables, it was still written in a secret type context, man, like a secret code book.
Only the elected one.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. So even in today's time, you know, the scriptures say that faith cometh by hearing. So you got the prophet, again, you know, land backing on what Bros is saying, you got the prophets out here giving you the understanding of the scriptures. But you Jakes still pull away the shoulders and act like what we're saying ain't true. You know? Because everything our apostles go over and everything our elders and bishops and even the men on down go over is prophecy.
Yep.
You know? You gotta
I got precepts about Rashad, just man back, if I may. Acts 8:30, and Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, understandest thou what thou readest? Verse 31, and he said, how can I, except some man should guide
He
me?
looked at the book, he said, yo, this is, I don't know where to begin, I don't know where to start.
Right.
It kind of looked like it jumped around. You know, this is, I don't know what that's talking about. You know, there's a lot of words and it don't make sense.
It's like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. But a Christian will pick up the book, oh, beast, dragon.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's,
Right.
they don't understand, they'll just skip over it
Right.
and go right back and revert to what they do, though. You know, say they know the whole Bible. You know, salvation is found in Jesus Christ, this and that. You know, but, okay, what about the secrets of the scripture? What about the prophecies?
Right.
So remember, there's some of their sermons, they're open up as you gotta have faith like the Israelites. Right? They went away. They never went away.
Right.
They're still here. And that's and through Yahweh Shai, what he did is through his death, being our sacrificial lamb, he was able to open up the seals of his book.
Right.
We were given that light, the
That's
water,
right.
Right.
which is the scriptures, man,
That's right.
through his blood. And that's and that shows you right there. Yes, Israelites are still here to this day. You go into Jeremiah the 31st chapter, it talks about as long as you see the sun, the moon, and the stars. Hey, the Yahweh never disannual his covenant with us. And that's what everybody. Well, not everybody. That's how Esau, these denominations, Baptist, whatever, Methodist, Christianity. They always paint the picture that this Israel just disappeared miraculously.
Along with the Edomites.
Yeah.
Right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Along with all the nations. They don't bring up none of the nations in the scripture.
Yeah, they done.
You know?
It's like everybody's Moabites went away, Elam went away, Ammon went away, Ishmael went away. But isn't it crazy that the so-called Arabs today, they even know that they're Ishmael? So who's Israelites now? Who's Edom? If Ishmael, which is our cousin, quote unquote cousin, come from Abraham, if you know he's an Ishmaelite, then you got to question yourself, you know?
Finishing off Acts 8:31, and he said, how can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him.
Yeah, and that's the only way you're going to get an understanding. But first and foremost, you know, Yahweh Shem Shai has to, you know, reveal that to you by taking those blinders off your eyes. But you can even get it by, you know, someone who the Lord is dealing with to instruct you and break it down to you so you can receive it. You know? Jump back to, is you done with that?
Yep, I got it.
Okay, he was gone.
You got a precept?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, bro. Bring yours out and we'll jump to Isaiah 1 and 2.
Acts 14? Yeah, I'm finished with Acts 14, yep.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, and verse 15. Slakia. Verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. Verse 14. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver.
Yeah, this wisdom and knowledge is the true riches, man. You know, but our people on the majority standpoint, they don't look at this knowledge as being riches, you know, as being something to be desired, highly desired and sought after. Okay, they're looking for these tangible things. Jake is chasing, wealth is not even real, man. He's chasing dollar bills, man. He's chasing houses and cars. These things that at a blink of an eye, Esau can deem worthless, just like that.
Yep.
Oh, the economy collapsed. How much is my car worth? Oh, sorry, it's not worth nothing. Keep going, brother.
How much money I got?
Yeah. Oh, you don't have nothing.
I got cash. It's not worth anything.
Right.
I got 500,000 in the bank cash.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You got paper.
Right.
I got a degree. Don't worry. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, paper. Jake is dying and crying and killing himself over paper. Titles to cars, title to a house, and paper money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you said that the degrees, all that shit made out of paper, man. It don't mean nothing. I mean, it does have some, carnal value to a certain extent, Go ahead, bro.
Oh, come on, finishing off. And the gain thereof, then find gold.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
Finishing. And the gain thereof, then find gold.
Yeah, that's right. So this is more precious than gold, silver, rubies. All right, all the wealth and riches that you could desire on this side, it doesn't compare to this wisdom and knowledge, man. And here it is. You got this wisdom and knowledge all over the four corners of the earth, being pushed heavily by the prophets that the Lord has set up. And Jake, he's scoffing, he's mocking, he's laughing. He thinks it's a joke. But he looks at Esau, Edom, and the doctrine that Esau pushes as the wealth, as the riches. Go ahead. Is that it on that? Come on.
Yeah, if I could say the same one who's saying that your IQ levels is not equal to theirs.
Right.
Elder Yashawama was going into that. You trusting this man, his education system, his pseudoscience, all that.
Yeah.
Same one that's telling you ain't smart as him.
Yeah.
We're right. We're going to Darwinism.
Darwinism.
Yeah.
Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider.
Yeah, they don't know and they don't consider, man. Even off the strength of them being told that they're Israelites, going into the history, going into the scriptures, hey, they still don't want to receive it, man. And you got a lot of Jake that'll know they're Israelites, but it's still, they still want to be called black. They still want to be associated with that term black, African American, man.
It reads on verse 4, Isaiah 1 and 4. All sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger.
Yeah, see, the nation of Israel as a whole have provoked the Most High Yahweh to anger. Okay? The predicament and the situation that we are in as a nation as a whole is because we went off. Because we wanted to be like these other nations. We got involved in idolatry and wickedness. Okay? Covetousness. We broke the law, statutes, and commandments. So it moved the Most High Yahweh to anger.
Isaiah 1 and 4, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel into anger. They are gone away backward. Verse 5.
Yeah, see, Jake has done a complete 180 from, the wisdom and knowledge, from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. He's done a complete 180 and they're going in the opposite direction. They're going after these philosophies, these doctrines. They're involved in all types of abominations. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faints.
Yeah, like you was bringing out. The whole head is sick, man. Jake is completely through. You would think the things that are happening, the things that this devil says and comes out of his mouth, something would resonate in the minds of our people. They'd be like, oh, okay, hey, man, I got to get my head. What they're saying on the highways and byways, what those men are saying, hey, it's got to be the truth, right? But the simple fact is the majority of our people are not going to realize that what the men that the Lord has raised up all over the four corners of earth were speaking of and going into and prophesying is true until it's too late, man. Until they up in a concentration camp somewhere, until they, trying to, it's a survival of the fittest mode, until they, running down the street from a wild animal, man, and it's going to be too late then.
Right.
Yes, something you want to say?
I got a piece of it. I got you guys. Yeah, I got one too after you.
No, it's linked. It's linked. Go ahead.
Okay. Were you done with that, brother?
I'm done with that. Yep.
Okay, come on. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 9. I'll read down a few. This is a rebellious people, lying children, that will not hear the law of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not to us right things. Speak.
They don't want to hear the truth, man. You know, the truth is too harsh for them. You know, the truth is not accepted with open arms.
Right.
You know, they want to hear the smooth words. They want to hear everything's going to be all right. They want to hear about how they can get rich. You know, they want to hear how they can be successful on this side. They want to seek rest under the oppressor's rule. They don't want to correct themselves and get right, because that takes work and that takes a complete change. You know,
Really, Jake is going to be accepted by their master. So they dance and jingle, shake, turn, burn, crash, do whatever it takes to get Esau's reward.
Yeah.
Or his basically his blessing.
Yep.
Prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. And this is right back on what you were saying, Malachi. Get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from
They don't want
before.
us on the highways and byways, man. They don't want us on the street corners. They don't want us on the YouTube. They don't want us on these various different platforms, man. The airways, the internet, you know. And you're really going to see it more when Esau, begins to demonize us, because our people are going to be the main ones behind Esau, and seeking, to come against this truth, man. Come against so-called freedom of speech. Come against, us being able to out here, stand out here and teach out the Bible, man.
They didn't look out they came at Moses.
Exactly.
What's going on, man? You want us to kill us?
Yeah.
So the same thing our people are doing.
Yeah.
Why y'all keep causing problems? We're already in a bond. We're already poor, broke, whatever. They're gonna blame us.
Can somebody find that scripture that says, "So did your fathers put to death the prophets"?
Oh yep. That's in second.
Yeah, because our people, the Israelites were the ones that sought to put the ancient prophets out there.
Really cool. The book of Second Ezra. Yep, the book of Second Ezra, chapter 1, verse 31. It says, "When ye offer unto me, I would turn my face from you, for your solemn feast days, your new moons, and your circumcisions have I forsaken." Verse 32 is important. "I sent unto you my servants, the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain, and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, saith the Lord."
Yep. Yeah. So our people put the prophets, the ancient prophets, to death.
Like they hated who was Elisha or Elijah?
Yeah.
At the time of prophets of Baal,
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
they didn't like the fact that he made those gods of what? I forgot who it was. Baal.
Yeah, Baal.
The prophets of Baal. The prophets of Baal, the shame. They said the gods must be sleeping.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I'll bring this out over for sure.
I think that's it. Yeah.
One quick hit.
Yeah, go ahead.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 11, in verse 42. For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and have cast down the walls of such did thee no harm. That's the mindset of Jacob. Well, that's the mindset of Esau, but Jake is following in that same step.
He's trying to put on Esau's shoes.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? The prophets are out here doing what the Lord commanded them to do. You know what I'm saying? To warn the people. But land back on what you were saying, Mattathiah, our people's going to be the first ones against this. You know? And what you're going to do is you're going to hurt the peaceable. Or you're going to try to hurt the peaceable. You know? Say,
It's Jeremiah 18:1. It says, Jeremiah 18:1. The Lord said to me, go down to the potter's house, and I will give you my message. So I went there and saw the potter working at his will. Whenever a piece of pottery turned out perfect, he would take the clay and make it into something else. When the Lord said unto me, don't I have the right to do with you, people of Israel, what the potter did with the clay? Yep, GMT. Slocky, this is the GMT. You are in my hands, just like clay in the potter's hands. If at any time I say that I'm going to uproot, break down, or destroy any nation or kingdom, but then that nation turns from its evil, I will not do what I said I would. On the other hand, if I say that I'm going to plant or build up any nation or kingdom, but then that nation disobeys me and does evil, I will not do what I said I would. Now then, tell the people of Judah. Now then, tell the people of Judah and of Jerusalem, when I am making plans against them and getting ready to punish them. Read that back. Verse 10, Jeremiah 18:10, GMT. It said, but then that nation disobeys me and does evil, I will not do what I said I would. Now then tell the people of Judah and of Jerusalem that I am making plans against them and getting ready to punish them.
Yeah. And you know, the Lord has sent prophets out, you know, during those different particular times to give warning to you so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, to give warning of what was going to happen. You know, that this was coming down the wire if you didn't repent, if you don't get right, you know, from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, and in this current captivity that we're in, the same thing is happening, man. The Lord has sent his prophets all over the four corners of the earth giving warning to what's about to take place, man.
And it's crazy because that's why it's very important to go into the Old Testament and understand history. I'll fuck this up. He did it before. He done it. He was the one that allowed us to go through slavery, hardcore slavery. Allow the conquistadors to destroy the so-called Hispanics and Latinos. Now, forward into today's date, our power, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, has allowed, set up his men to forewarn you again. Right. Now you're not taking heed to the message. Well, it's about to be a great judgment coming for you. And it, continuing on.
Like I say, that goes to show you being self-willed or ignorant comes with a penalty. It's not an option to be ignorant. It's not an option to not consider who you are as a people. You know, like in Esau's kingdom, you know, you have an option not to go to college. You still can be successful. But when it comes to your nationality and who the Lord created us to be, it really ain't no option. You know, that's why the Lord, I always say through the Spirit, the Lord is the ultimate chess player. He's lining Jacob with the ultimate chess move, man, judgment. You know, Esau out here, you know, doing these different plays out here with the black.
See, Esau's embraced his nationality.
He's embraced it.
You know, he goes into his nationality. He goes into the history. He digs up the history of who he is, what he came from, what he's done on the earth, history of what's happened on the earth, where he stood in the midst of that history. Because the only way you can build and ultimately become knowledgeable, you have to build off of, you know, the facts. So you have to build off of who you are. You have to build off of, you know, what particular position you play in society on the earth. You know, if you operate out of pocket or out of hand, there's dire consequences. Man.
Always.
You know?
Always.
If Jake thinks he's in rulership right now, go around and act like you're in rulership.
Right.
See what happens. See what happens. You know, you're gonna find out that you're not that high up on the phone.
When you stop, you know, show them the license registration.
Right.
Tell them I'm ruling.
Yeah.
Right.
You might get deported. I said, but I'm not Mexican. Get in the bus.
But I got papers.
I said, get on that bus. Yeah. Next thing you know, you find yourself in a concentration. This ain't Mexico. Ain't taking you out of Mexico. Yeah. Go ahead,
We still in America.
Yeah.
Secluded.
Yeah, you're right. Because who knows what's happening to these people getting deported? They show you. They show you them loading them up on the plane. They don't show you dropping them off.
And where at?
Yeah, they got them in a concentration camp somewhere, and they give them a track phone. Hey, you call your family in America once. You say you're in Mexico, goddamn.
Right. Did you hear they're trying to put him in Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah.
They're trying to open that back up.
Yep.
So
If you look at how many, because I looked it up, there's over 11 million undocumented migrants in America, man. So if they're really taking on the task of getting every single undocumented migrant, whatever you want to call it, in America out, man, you're talking about 11 million people. And that's heavy, man. That's money. Some of these countries can't. They ain't just about to take 2-3 million people on site, you know, with a period of particular time.
That's a farmer squad.
Yeah.
You might, hey, jokes aside, somebody be like, hey, line them up. Line them up. Right. Line them up.
Right.
Because who's gonna know?
Yeah. Yep.
And what they gonna do about it?
Right.
What they gonna do? What the people gonna do about it? You know?
Oh, and like we was bringing out
He said,
last.
I dare you to do something.
Yeah. And like we was bringing out last camp, it's mainly set against the tribes.
yep.
The 12 tribes of Israel. That's what it's mainly set against. Not it ain't set against the so-called Arabs. You know, and now, you know, some of the other nations can be, you know, up in the mix, but you know, they ain't going into these bodegas. They ain't going into the 7-Eleven. They ain't breaking down the vape spot. You know, saying, "Let me see your paperwork." Man. You know, they ain't going through the Chinese, breaking down the Chinese restaurant's front door.
He said that New York fried chicken.
She worried. She wasn't in my view when I said that. That's crazy.
Hey, they're not worried.
No, as soon as I said this, she walked by. Yeah,
They're not worried.
hey, that's a story. I did not see it. Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 11, now then tell the people of Judah and of Jerusalem that I am making plans against them and getting ready to punish them. Tell them to stop living sinful lives, to change their ways and the things they are doing. They will answer, no. Why should we? We will all be just as stubborn and evil as we want to be.
Yeah. They want to do what they want to do, man. You know, they ain't like, nah, the hell with the Bible, the hell with the law, the hell with what you got to say, the hell with what the Lord has to say, man.
And it shows, it clearly shows.
Yeah. They you see the resentment on Jake's face when they walk by.
Right.
You know, but it's really not against us, it's really against Yahweh Shai. Okay? Everything that the Lord represents. That's who they really hate. They really don't hate us, if they do hate us. Ultimately, they really hate the Lord.
Right.
You know?
Jeremiah 11:14. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their troubles.
Yeah, God. Yeah, the Lord. Hey, matter of fact, if you jump to Proverbs chapter 1 real quick, I'll jump back to Proverbs. Yeah.
Book of Proverbs chapter 1 verse 21. It reads, she cried for the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates in the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools need knowledge.
Right.
Verse 23, turn you at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, I will make known my words unto you. Verse 24, because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
Yeah. And this is how the Lord stretching out his hand. It's by his men that he has set up on the earth. You know, coming out here in the highways and byways, you know, on the YouTube, on the various different platforms. You know, that's how the Lord's stretching out his hands to the Israelites. Go ahead.
That's right. It says, I have stretched out my hands and no man regarded, verse 25. But he has set at naught all my counsel, and with none
Yeah, they didn't want none of the counsel of the Lord, man. They wanted the counsel of Esau. They wanted the counsel of these other nations, man. They wanted to be successful in America. They wanted to be an American. Right? They didn't want to have nothing to do with the scriptures, the Bible. You know, they want. Hey, you tell Jake that, hey, you know, the next rulership change is when, you know, the Israelites are in power, man, and that's a forever, everlasting rulership. You know, where you have dominion over all these nations, dominion over the earth. You know, you go into the kingdom and try to use words to the best of your ability to explain how glorious and beautiful and wonderful the kingdom is going to be as a people and as a place in itself. And Jake said, nah. You know, you think Jake, we got to get that? Nah, Jake don't want to hear it, bro.
All that pressure we go through, you would think, you got a line of people
Right.
taking notes, all people taking notes. Hell, now people they avoid us. They
Con.
don't want to hear greatness.
Yeah.
They just want to talk shit, think that there's somebody.
Yeah.
But really, they're
It's not a comfort to them.
Yeah.
It was a comfort to us. Like the scripture says, comfort one another with these words. That's a comfort for us. Oh, so we live again? So this ain't the all, there ain't no hell?
So I really ain't got to seek to be rich in this
Oh,
society.
man. So they always gonna be like this.
So like Yahushua says, he's going to give us a day of rest.
Yep.
Because we damn sure not getting no rest here.
So I ain't always gonna have to go to work.
You can't retire here. There really is no retirement. He's so, and it's fucked up because when you really look at how that Section 8 and that food stamps they should be going to people that after 65, 70 for retirement.
Yep.
So they should be going in a so-called where they place people in the ghetto. You know, because again, you as a
They use it as a crutch.
Yeah, but no, you enable able-bodied to be nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
You wipe out a working class. Like,
It's a crutch.
Come on. Here it is, a little 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old can live in a project till he's 40 and not do nothing.
That's crazy.
Come on, man. That's sickening, man. You had that old nigga. I worked in a project. We all have been in a project. We always some old nigga still think he 6 years old, walking around with J's on, and he's still some patrol nigga. Nigga, how are you able to walk around like this nigga like this, man?
Right.
Then you'll talk to the nigga. Yeah, my grandma was
Good
here.
politics.
My aunt was here.
Nigga push it.
Come on, man.
Nigga took it.
Yeah, my dad was here. My mama was here. He'll break the whole 3 generations there. So you basically said, yo, Esau and them knocked off 3 generations of working class of our people, man. And now look at it.
Yeah, that benefit program was actually set up for your demise and your
A
destruction.
stumbling block
To
for
keep,
you
to
to
keep
fall.
you, to keep you as a crutch.
Yep.
You know, and they give you that crutch to make dividends, make ends meet, have you have housing, etc. But ultimately, that crutch keeps you in that position to not better yourself.
Yep.
You know?
They turned it into a warfare, gave you drugs.
Right.
Yep.
Made you prey on each other, then gave you a culture to glorify that shit. It's like it's like what's that? I don't know the black TV show. What was that TV show they had nigga from Minister Society? Chauncey. What sitcom was that when Chauncey played a drug dealer? He was in the movie. He said, "Fine."
I know you're talking about.
That sitcom. But Chauncey was a drug dealer.
When he says the hunt is on and you're the
You're the
prey.
prey. He was getting that Chauncey in that sitcom. And I'm sitting there like, why would they even make this shit? You don't see Edomite shows like this. You don't see Chinese shows like this. Esau was the hero. The Chinese, they were fighters. Everybody else had their hero. The so-called black man had drugs and degeneracy. Yeah.
A comedy nigga making me laugh.
Come on. We had comedy and drugs.
Mr. Butler? Or was it that guy?
Yeah.
With no
Rock.
problem.
In Rock. The sitcom Rock.
Sure. I didn't know Chauncey and him. Got the dude father. He was in that sitcom. Watching yesterday, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What is this? I'm like, yo, why this nigga always like? Come on, we got niggas that are jakes that know. Yo, all he does is play drug roles.
Yep.
He plays a nigga role. When you go to Edomite movies, he's always a hero. Witty, takes charge. James Bond, Pierce Brosnan. Oh, he's the man that takes charge. The ladies' man. Cunning.
Right.
Witty with his words.
Right.
Could get out of anything.
Right.
But a nigga, gun to the side,
Right.
get his ass whooped.
Exactly.
He the man in jail. He a god in jail. But the white man's always over.
Yep.
That's what they depicted to us. And that's all we know.
Everybody's Charlie Murphy.
Yeah. It wasn't until recently that
That is. I ain't know that. Oh, my slot. I ain't know that was that show name. Yeah, Rock. Rock. They gave us shit like that to watch.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's black. Yeah, man. My show on. And nigga, I get picked on. You ain't see that. You ain't see what? You ain't see what? Man, you ain't see that, man. You ain't see Scarface? No, nigga, I ain't see that. You know?
If I mean, the other one is power, man. That's the show. Power.
And it wasn't until recently that Esau even allowed you Jakes to get prominent roles that didn't depict you in that manner.
And then Meech.
Yeah.
How the fuck? Now, if I was Meech's son, I would fucking cuss everybody out. I would have done everybody. You locked my daddy up.
Right.
But then you want me to be like him?
Right.
Get the fuck out my face.
And that nigga, Big Meech, was nothing but an agent, man.
Was an agent,
You
bro.
know, if you look at go watch the documentary on Big Meech, man. It's evident. It's overwhelming evident he was an agent, man. All the signs, the symbols, the information is right there before you have it. They will be like, no, man, he got it from the bottom to the top. Hard work, selling that work. Jake's stupid, man. Esau uses niggas to disperse his product, man.
And freeway, the real freeway was Ross.
Made it
First,
clear, man.
He broke it down to any nigga that's basically the head guy in that vicinity.
Yeah.
He's an agent.
Right.
The government works with him.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead,
Proverbs 1:25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof.
Yeah, you don't want no type of instruction from the Lord. You don't want to be corrected. You think you got it all figured out, that you're good because you graduated college, you know, because your mama said, oh, look at my boy, he done had this, he got a job, he got his diploma, he's raising his kids, he got a business, that you think you're doing all right. You know, like the scripture says, they think gain is godliness. Man.
That's why they celebrate like they do. Because they really do think they obtain something.
Right.
You just gonna go.
And then they look down, you look down, our people will look down upon their own people because they have these type of credentials. They have these type of titles. Oh yeah, I'm not here. You just as bad as them, man. If not worse.
Yeah.
You know? Because Jake might be fucked up, you know, he might be homeless, he might be, you know, strung out on drugs, this and that. But man, the shit that you're involved in is just as worse, if not worser, because you're indoctrinated with the philosophies of America and of these nations, man. You know? The nigga that's homeless, he might, he ain't gonna push Jesus Christ on you.
Right,
Man. He ain't gonna try to force Jesus Christ down the throat, man. You know, he ain't gonna persuade you to go against the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, more so. You know what I'm saying? Jake didn't know a little something. Oh no, you gotta do this. No, you gotta do it. It's Jesus Christ. Oh, nah, politics, man. See the Democratic Party and this. So basically just saying, so I need to follow the white man, right?
Well, LA, Los Angeles is the prime example of what a degree would do for you. Put you right in the tent.
Yeah. And they don't make that illegal. You know? You heard Donald Trump, and that's the next thing he's coming for, because he said this years before he got back up, that he was going to make being homeless illegal and a punishable crime. Not just illegal, like, oh, y'all got to go. Or they pull up in the car, everybody's got to go on the car. Nah. Everybody freeze. Get down on your knees. We're putting the cuffs on y'all, we're rounding y'all up. So that's the next thing to come down the pipeline, man. You know, the next thing is Trump's gonna start rounding up all the homeless, man. I don't know where the hell he gonna take them to. Ooh, cool.
Detention camp.
Like you said, it might be firing squad.
Man, backing on that.
Because he ain't gonna do like whatchamacallit from Cuba. Castro.
Or the El Salvadorian president that was cleaning up El Salvador.
El Salvador, was it Argentina? El Salvador?
Man, backing on what your brother was saying, I don't know if y'all remember, but back in the day when you had Jake, like on the corners and not having a place to go.
Right.
Esau would just round Jake up and incarcerate him. And then after you incarcerate him, he's a slave at that point, and you use him for free labor.
Free labor. Yeah. You know, you walk around cleaning up trash on the side of the interstate with big ass, white cop with a shotgun and a rifle in his hand, man, on a horse or sitting there watching you, man.
Which they's coming back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I seen that recently, man. Yeah, you see that? What is that called? The work program?
Chain gang.
Yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, remember, didn't Trump talk about he bringing the guillotine back?
Yep.
The firing squad?
Firing squad, all that.
Who the fuck you think on there?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. These Americans don't give a fuck. They're not. If these Americans not doing nothing for your ass now, come on. There's no black web out now. you're an immigrant, come to my place for protection.
Yeah,
There's no
where-
people coming out, going
Yeah.
into the tents. If you're homeless, come shelter with me.
Right.
People don't give a fuck about you. So who gonna give a fuck about you when they round your ass up and put a firing squad, put you in a guillotine?
Yeah, hey, you so-called illegal migrants, y'all better start acting like y'all homeless, goddamn. You better run up on homeboys and say, hey,
Right,
let me get some of them clothes. Hey, you better disguise your goddamn self.
You know what I'm saying? I think they're racist writing at Ellis Island. Remember, you're poor, you're.
Yeah.
Remember that shit? Remember, you're poor,
Yeah.
I think they're racist that shit.
Yeah, cut.
Okay, don't forget. I think what was 2012. Don't remember the movie Great State. Don't ever forget how DHS, that security, that some security firm, they bought all them bullets.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't ever forget them things, man.
The body bags.
Yeah,
everything's adding up, man.
Them caskets,
The caskets.
them big ass
man.
caskets.
During the Obama,
The detention center. Come on, man. Don't ever forget about those.
all the
things,
concentration camps. You got the map over America and it had all the different facilities that are up and running and employed staff. You know, come on, man. You can drive to these locations, man, and witness it for yourself.
And then look at remember how they're allowing certain immigrants. Remember we used to always talk about this. How the task force masters is going to be them other niggas from other nations. Elam, Ishmael. Gurga troops, man.
Yeah.
They're not going to be Americans running in no cave. They'll be Elamites and fucking Ishmael, man. And they're going to pull that trigger. Or put you in a guillotine.
Proverbs 1:26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
Yeah, and the Lord's going to laugh and mock by the way of his prophets, man. The same way he stretched out his hand to you Israelites, it's the same way he's going to mock and laugh. You know, Jake's going to seek and hunt us. You know, hunt the men that was on the highways and byways prophesying and teaching. And the times where all hell breaks loose, where there's no electricity, where there's famine, where the things that were spoken of for so many years are actually taking place right before his eyes.
That's
concerning the latter prophecies, man.
Right.
You know, and they're going to be like, oh man, where are those guys at? What's the name? At that time, the Lord is completely, Jake can kind of remember the name right now.
Right.
And during that time, the Lord will completely take the name away from them.
Right.
But they can't even remember it.
Right.
Don't be so scared.
Yeah. It's a delusion that the scripture said the Lord shall choose your delusions, roughly paraphrasing, man.
But you know, going back to going into the Jim Crow, the Black Codes, Reconstruction era. See, Jake don't fail to realize, even though the kingdom, they never gave a fuck about us as a nation. Look at what happened to Gad, the Rondell Indian School. See, our people want to block out their catastrophes, their habitats, going into our mothers growing, because remember, our mothers pretty much try to hide and erase the fact that those atrocities habitats, because again, they didn't want nothing to happen to their babies. There you go. Hey, going back to the Willie Lynch, your mothers will break you. Your mothers will make you a good, basically a good boy. Will make you good for a good suitable slave. And that's why they broke the men of our nation.
That's Bible text.
Jeremiah
It's a
16.
good, a continuous cycle.
Jeremiah 6.
And that's why these women now, they're talking shit about the men, these so-called black boys, black men today. Well, bitch, our mothers raised them to be. These mothers raised them to be like that. Because so-called black women made the so-called black men fucking weak.
And that goes right back to the funding that we was speaking about. For the black woman to be able to stand on her feet and raise children, she had to have funding, especially to be in the condition that she was in, concerning the projects. You know, yeah. So they gave you housing, they gave you Section 8, they gave you welfare,
And they gave and they hired them.
yeah, these various different aids and programs, and then they used Hollywood, they used the movies to push things that will ultimately protect black men walking around, protecting a woman and just sitting on her ass, collecting all these funds, raising you up to be a, basically be a woman, you know, and not putting out, you know, and then not speaking upon the things that was a problem, you know, with the so-called black family structure, man. You know, so it was all set up by design.
And then they give you a couple punk ass Bill Cosby show.
Yeah.
That shit ain't black.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. That's corporate, good boy, Negro. think
Yeah.
think you can build a family in amongst war.
Right.
That shit is not family matters.
Right. The Huxtables.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, man, get the fuck out
Yeah,
of
yeah.
here, man.
And see the damages.
House of Harlem.
See, and the effect.
But niggas still think they can get them a black woman
Yep.
and they have some kids.
Brownstone,
They get a
big ass
brownstone. Everything's gonna go peachy. Everything's good. I won.
That's
We
funny.
won. That's the
mindset of Jake.
That's why I hate. That's why I'm glad I never watched some black ass TV shows. Because them shit have you thinking like that. The Wayne brothers.
Salakia for that, but that's the mindset of Jake.
Fuck, man.
And we see the effects of that. You know, we see the damage and the effects upon our nation because of the things that the brother was going into. And now Esau no longer needs those things
At all.
So that's why Esau is, somewhat, trying to invite you in a little bit.
Yep.
Oh, you can get a little peek in the door now. You can sit, now you can sit in the, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because he ultimately he ultimately is allowing you, he's portraying you in a certain light. I'll put it that way. So ultimately you can receive that MOTV. He's giving you certain freedoms. He's allowed you to have certain things. Like the brother was going into the movie roles and the various movies that depict Jake. We don't see those like we used to in times past. Man. You don't see, and then that's basically that's nothing but a war tactic, a war strategy. Those movies that were geared straight into the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And incorporating them how to set up gangs and sell drugs. The destruction of the family that we ultimately learned of. You don't see that at a high level and the same light as times past. You know what I'm saying? So Esau is using you for another part of his benefit or his agenda now. And ultimately it leads to that MOTV. Esau wants you to think you have freedoms, you have rights, and you're on the same accord and eye level as him. He wants you to be like me.
We're all equal.
Right, we're all equal.
Everybody. And it's crazy. Esau the only one that really pushed that madness, man. Because them other nations don't really push that. Because they got cash system in them other nations, man. They know rich and poor. It ain't no in between. Only here in America, the so-called white man, the conqueror, the victor, that destroys every goddamn body. It has the world's wealth. Yeah. He's the only one that says, yeah, we're all equal. Yeah. And this devil lives in a gated community.
Right.
It rules in secrecy. Get the fuck out of here, man.
But now that he's gave you a little voice and gave you a little bit of freedoms, now he can use you for another particular purpose.
Right.
To persuade the rest of the nations, man. Because once Jake accepts something and pushes it and holds you some rights, the other nations a lot of times will follow right behind Jake. Because Jake is the salt of the earth, and what Jake does, dresses, says, and acts, and influences the rest of the nation.
That's why ultimately you got tactics and integrators. The seafood. They make us all think we're one because prior, they didn't want your black ass in the stores.
Yep.
They had no signs up.
Yeah.
No blacks.
Right.
No Mexicans.
Right.
Whites only. But then they said, hold on, let me do one better. We can use these niggas, enjoy them, we can just stand back.
If I can say they had to do something like that because right prior to that was Black Wall Street.
Yep.
When they have to fend for themselves and work together, they're gonna outdo us.
Jake is coming too powerful.
Yeah, Jake coming too powerful. Even in Jackson Ward, how popular Jackson Ward was, all the celebrities, Jake celebrities back in the day had to go through Jackson Ward. The dollars were circulating amongst.
It's more than just Black Wall Street.
Yeah, more than Black Wall Street.
Yeah, it's only Esau only talking about Black Wall Street.
About that.
No, it was more than Black Wall Street.
Harlem Renaissance.
Right.
All
You
that
had
stuff.
Jake doing good for himself, man.
It's in that book, Dirty Little Secret, I tell you about. It was a time where I think in the 1800s, either the 17 or 1800s, Jake had accumulated about $100 million. This in a black dollar.
Yep.
And then the banks fucked over Jake.
Yep.
They took all, and basically the money just went absolute.
Right.
Yeah, see, Esau needs you dependent on it. Hey, if you got your own system, your own structure, you ain't gonna need my micro CD.
Right.
Hold on, wait a minute. You're not gonna need my banking system. You're not gonna need to use, our cars, our vehicles. Hey, you're making your own shit.
Yep.
And they know how Jake is. Jake is innovative.
Yep.
He can
Hard working.
right. All
He's
the
a planner.
yeah, all the designs and all the all these different things Esau's got off the backs of you Israelites. So Esau couldn't allow that, man.
Hell no.
He said, no, we got to stop it. We got to put an end to that.
Because Jake was, we really look at how Jake was powerful. That's why you had in the Reconstruction era, you had a lot of those so-called white mobs who come and burn Jake towns down. And they'll send an Edomite woman in there, he raped me, he raped me. And next thing you know, niggas getting hung and lynched. The towns getting burnt down. Then you had, they remember a lot of Jake was getting their so-called freedom by going into the wars, fighting for the war. So they was becoming skilled with the weaponry, and then they was becoming governors. And then, man, when you would look at how Esau really managed his system, you know, it was very decisive.
But see, now it's happening on a different level. It's still happening, and even more so, but on a different level. Now that persons that ran through your community, burned your house down, was burning crosses, lynched you, now they're judges. You know, now they're right. Police officers. Another one.
Doctors and
Now these are your doctors and your pharmacists.
But everything.
So they're doing the same way. They're just doing it. It's you know. You can't link them. You can't connect the dots so easily.
Well, in the prior, Jake knew Esau was the goddamn devil. Our people knew he was the enemy.
Yeah.
That was our opponent. Now, he basically knocked that wall down and said, we're friends. We're all equal.
Yeah.
So now Esau let his guard, Jacob let his guard down. Yeah. So now Esau is fully able to take advantage of Jake. And Jake ain't got a leg to stand on. So now Esau can make any move toward Jake, and basically Jake has got to be like, he can't do nothing. Our people are in a condition where we can't fight. Our back is against the wall. It's to the point the house has to come back and say that's how bad it's gotten. So it goes back to what brothers and other brothers what the apostles say. The house has to redeem us. So if our people don't believe in this, you're a madman. Because what else? How else you gonna save yourself? We're too far gone. We're too far defeated. Esau, the way Esau was decisively broke, the so-called black men don't even want to go to war. He's a monk. All the so-called black men want to do is love every goddamn body. Our people are not threats. So-called Hispanics, Latinos, all they want to do is love every goddamn body and hate themselves. So we're getting anywhere. So again, once Esau make this move, what you about to see, the New World Order, the MOTP, etc., oh, come on. The house has to come back. Because there's no, we ain't doing that. We got no leg to stand on.
I got this precept, Brother Bishop. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
And see, Jake's being oppressed and he don't even realize it, man. This devil is very subtle and very cunning. So the things that he does it very strategically. Where you can't Jake just can't put his finger on it.
Hey, remember when after the civil rights, with all that tension, then they brought up that movie Superfly, and they had the Jake beat up the Edomite. Hey, bro, you come, bro.
I remember
that was like, yo, we did it. God damn it, we won. We fly, we drive a Cadillac, we got the perm in our hair,
and
we got the suits on.
Big steering
Come
wheel.
on.
Big steering wheel.
Then at the end, bro, that was the talk of the town. He saw he beat that white man up. And what did they do at the end? He drove off. Like he won the world. Like he done defeated all the Edomites. And that went to Jake Head. He did it. Then after 1960, the destroying of the job, the destroying of our town, the last stronghold that Jake had. Then they brought the drugs in the 70s.
Systematically.
Step by step. They say yes, hit them hard. Going to the 80s. No, Salaki, 60s to 70s, they allowed black exploitation to come in. Then in the 80s, they let Jake think they just won. Oh my God, the Motown era, the Soul Train, taking this dance, singing baby, baby. And in the 80s, they said, yeah, this is the time. Hit him with them drugs. And Jake ain't been right ever since. After Jake he got hit by drugs, we lost everything, man. Our people still ain't right after that.
You got it.
They're like the brother going to. Jake, you can't pinpoint it. Because it was so precisely and strategically done.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and the gift destroys the heart. Laying back on what your brothers were saying, everything that Jacob has been given has been a gift, and those gifts have actually destroyed Jake. For example, a job where actually you're getting an income. That's a gift.
It's going into dependency. Esau sought out to make you dependent on him and not be able to establish anything on your own. You know, coming from, you know, what we came from, we were establishing things on our own. Even when you look at America and the people that were here before Esau got here, you know, we were establishing things on our own, you know. And Esau said, oh, you need a house, you need this, you need that, you need to chase the American dream. And what I have for you, the only way for you to attain it is to go by my steps and my dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to get it on your own, because you got to use my dollar bill, you know? And there has been, you know, a motto in our people's minds that they have to attain. And off the strength of our people seeking that, it falls right in line with his system, man. And his agenda, I should say. An agenda that's in his system.
Can I say this about Bishop? And with that, they've also allowed the women to exceed that of the men. Right. In other words, especially in the workforce, you know? Yeah. Because one of the worst fucking departments in the fucking workforce is human resources.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that actually has the women over the men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when they go home, they still got this mindset of human resources, even when the fuck they go home.
Hey, well, remember, hey, it's like the nigga woman, she got tripped up because she saw the sign, right? Mm-hmm. Now, remember what the media done a big damage on people too. Mm-hmm. And remember, one thing that during the black exploitation era, they demonized the men of our nation. Remember, bitch, you better have my money. You take my money? Yeah. They basically meet her. Oh, what's that dumbass movie? The nigga had a glass shoe on.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Oh yeah. That nigga,
fly guy.
That nigga had the big ass hat. That nigga got the little leopard suit.
Yeah,
walking down the street. Yeah. And then them other, what was really, come across a black exploitation movie, they really demonized. They had a so-called black man really like, oh my God, dude, the black woman bad, beating on them, talking all wild to them. Oh my God, that was what I was going to, the cheating thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's cheating. Oh, they misuse women, they screw women, and they leave women. Well, that brought a lot of insecurities in our women. And then Esau played off that shit. Remember the scripture said, plague in the beast of heart, when a woman jealous for another woman. Yep. So the majority of our problems was that our woman started hating us, having this day for us. Why should I be a husband? I'm your wife. All you're gonna do is cheat, leave, abuse. What was one of the biggest fear things? Kevin Sanders always said it. Your mama and grandma always implanted fear in you. Yep. So they said, nah, baby, go get you education and career. Why are you depending on the man for? That's all the black exploitation is. All that fear and hurt, pain, and trauma, and then ultimately, man, you go after that, the crack era, that, I'm telling you, it was too much, it was shit that just can't be forgiven. What crack drugs did to our people was just, you gotta have a reset, you know? And all that was, basically, you got to what you got now. Dysfunction, trauma, hurt, to the point where, hey, that's why it goes, we all just say, Jacob's got to die. They got to have a hard reset. Nukes, sword, that's who's famous.
Hey,
they got to get hit by it.
When you go to reset, everything, all the settings go back to default. Yep. So, because these women, they've been lifted up so high.
Can't fix it.
Only hell and catastrophe going into that reset, you know what I'm saying, will bring things to default. Ultimately, it's in the kingdom, but before the kingdom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That hell and the catastrophe and all hell breaking loose, famine, survival of the fittest type mindset and mode, I should say, it's going to bring things back to the default. It automatically will fall in place. Automatically, a woman's going to be like, well, no, I'm not strong enough. I actually need the help. Man, well, I can't do certain things. Damn it. Okay, I am a woman. It's automatically gonna happen, man.
Where's the EEO?
It's gonna be too late for these women.
Where's the equal opportunity officer?
Yeah. So all the settings go back to a default, man. When you're playing the game, you go to the settings menu and you say default settings. All the things that you put up and changed and rearranged, it all went back to normal, man.
Yep.
And that's why Isaiah 4:1 makes a lot of sense,
Yep.
because
Back to the setting.
the men of the Lord are going back to the ancient way.
Yeah,
They're going back to the default
Right,
settings, the
right.
ancient way. And we already, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Lord, when we endure, we already in that mindset.
Right.
So as things are going back to the
Yeah,
default way,
woman ain't gonna be a pro. Hey,
I gotta bring this up.
go ahead, Slide.
We'll continue on Jeremiah 18, verse 13. It says, the Lord says, ask every nation if such a thing has ever happened before. The people of Israel have done a terrible thing. So are Lebanon's rocky heights ever without snow? Do its cool mountain stream ever run dry? Yet my people have forgotten. They burn incense to idols. They have stumbled in the way they should go. They no longer follow the old ways.
Ooh, hey, bring out Jeremiah 6:16.
Yep. My favorite deal,
That's beautiful. Let's just have that. Bring that out.
It's the book of Jeremiah.
It's going into the the ancient ways, man. You know, that's where the right ways work. And our people do not want to. They don't prescribe to the things of the times past, man. The scriptures say the things that were written in aforetime were written for our learning, for our to get learning and understanding from. And they'll look back on it and be like, you know what? It was better than.
That's why it's crazy for. That's why when you look at this generation, they'll look at you crazy if you try to tell them like, well, what happened in the 1800s, early 1900s. If you tell these little young niggas today, don't you know about Jim Crow? Jim Crow, what are you talking about?
Dude, Jim Crow. Dude, they gonna look at you and say that.
They'll look at you. What are you talking about? Well, it's not like that no more.
Yeah.
You know, niggas be high as hell. And
Talking about old shit.
Yeah.
But there's a nigga still alive right now that literally lived through that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So how old can it actually be?
And not too long. It's actually a girl. It's a Judite chick, a lady. She actually goes back and try to find slavery
Artifacts or
people that was
people actually went through.
people that was on plantations.
Okay, yeah.
And want to learn about.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
history.
I watched videos on
Yeah.
that where people give got first-hand accounts
Yep.
of being on plantations.
Yeah,
They be
yeah.
like 80, 90, almost
Yep,
100
yep.
years old.
And this is recent. Louisiana,
Yep.
Alabama,
Yep.
Mississippi. These are recent shit,
Yep.
man.
They didn't know it was. They didn't know it was so-called freedom.
Yeah, right.
And they had to meet him like still in that same. What you mean? I mean, we
Slavery wasn't that bad.
Right.
Look, I'm out here.
You have food, right? Oh yeah, they might have been.
no, they try to make it. They try to butter up and be like, but we take care of them though. You know,
Yeah.
make sure you fed, they give
You
you
actually
food.
help because Esau, he looks at you, Jake, as 3/5 of a man. You're not actually a human to him. So he can take your land because it's just animals that live here. These aren't real humans. We're not taking their land. So we're still going according to our laws and our instructions.
And that's how Esau. And remember, Esau ruled off law,
Yeah.
his constitution, and he justified his actions by his law, and then demonizing our people as, look at these niggas, they're beasts, they're animals. Look at them. Look at the black woman. She's an animal.
Right.
Look at the man. He's an animal.
Right.
What justified it taking this shit?
Yeah, he set up the projects as a zoo.
Yep.
Esau, and that's how they can make movies. Going back to the movies, that's how they're able to make movies, and Esau will sit down and watch it.
Oh yeah, going back. I was watching one black.
So this is free, honey. Get the popcorn.
I was watching one black exploitation movie. They had Barry White in it.
Oh yeah.
But he was
That's Pearl.
but he wasn't him. He played like
Let's talk about like
a cartoon character. It was like some. You know what I'm talking about? That shit was that shit was fucking. Yo, not even. It was. How you say? It was mockery.
Yeah.
Even when you go into Step and Fetch It.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember Step and Fetch It. He was a Jake. He was from Florida, but he was a Benjamin. He basically promoted that our people were lazy. He said, Richard can't get 'em up. Richard can't get 'em up. Then he woke up and oh man.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's how they depicted us. And this was the early 1900s. You can look at Step and Fetch It. This was the early 1900s, man.
Man.
This is the woman blackface. This is how they depicted us, man. But you tell the one he nigga, man, come on, bro, man, that's the old way. Nigga, it's gotten worse. The fact that you even think like that. Man.
Right.
You got it. Go ahead, bro. Oh, my bad. I'll continue on.
Oh,
So, no, bring it
yeah,
up.
and I got a definition of ancient when the brother.
Yeah. Let me bring you back.
Get the bags. The cameras are good. They can get a hot done.
No, you good. I mean, you can move yours. Yeah, move it now. So like you right.
Move back a little bit.
It ain't, we ain't gonna get out.
We ain't gonna get you up.
Yeah, it ain't shit. Man. As long as it ain't pouring raining. My phone been good.
I don't know about iPhone.
Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, and verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see. And seek. Select. And see. And ask for the old paths.
Yeah, you know, ask for the old past. And you know, we're bringing out the old past, you know, going back to the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, the things in the Bible that were given to the Israelites, man. You know, go ahead.
Where is the good way, and walk therein.
Con, can you read that again?
God. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, and verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way, and walk therein.
Yeah, the old past, which is the good way. You know, and that's what we're out here telling you, Israelites, man. You know, because our people look at the old past, they look at the Old Testament, they look at the law. You know, they look at what they say, the angry God from the Old Testament, the angry God from the Bible, right? You know, before so-called quote-unquote Jesus Christ came on the scene and things were rearranged and changed. Nah, man. You know, it's still the same God, the same power, man. The scriptures say, you know, I am the Lord, I change not. You know? And the law, statutes, and commandments were never done away with, man. Go ahead.
And ye shall find rest for your soul.
Yeah, so you will find rest for your soul, seeking the old past, the old ways, man. You know, because what's pleasing to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, having faith, being brotherly. You know what I'm saying? Doing what the scriptures say to do. But our people want to follow this new era, this new age, this new wave, you know, which constantly is changing from day to day. You know, just look at the last 20 years, man. Like, come on, man. It went from, you know, I don't even want to go there, man. Let's not even get into that.
But they,
On the subject. Oh, yeah, keep going. Salaki.
Can I bring a definition right quick? Old.
Come on.
The word old goes back to ancient. It says long duration. It says forever, everlasting, right? Continual existence.
Yeah, it talks about wisdom. Wisdom is forever.
Yep.
What is that? Look at the fourth chapter.
It says well established. It's telling you how.
Yeah, it was just well established. Hey, you know, at the times when, you know, these writings, the documents were being put together and written by the prophets, as they received the instructions from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Go ahead, bro.
finishing up. But they said, we will not walk therein.
Yeah, they said we don't want to hear about the law. We don't want to hear about Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You even got Israelites that know they're Israelites that wear fringes. They mock the name of the Lord. They say, we don't want to hear about Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. They don't make mockery of you, make mockery of the name.
That's crazy.
They make mockery of the Lord, man. You know, so it's not just Jake that's all the way in the world. You know, it's also Jake that knows they're Israelites, man, that knows some breakdowns, that knows some scriptures, man. You know, that know who Esau is. Oh, okay. Oh.
You done with that?
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Going back, Jeremiah 18 and 15, it says, yet my people have forgotten me. They burnt incense to idols. They have stumbled in the way they should go. They no longer follow the old ways. They walk on unmarked paths. They have made this land a thing of horror, to be despised forever. All who pass by will be shocked at what they see. They would shake their heads in amazement. I would scatter my people before their enemies.
And that's what's happening, man. You know, these other nations come over here to America. They come to these different particular areas where Jake dwells, and they shake their heads, man.
One is the lamentation.
Right. They say, man,
No, number one.
yeah, you got Jake that's never been in America. He comes over here, and he wants to see a nigga.
Yep.
He said, you know what? I want to see what I saw in that movie.
Right.
I'm trying to see, hey, yo, we here.
Right.
Yeah, film itself.
Right.
We here. Crenshaw.
Right, boys in the hood.
Hey,
Boys in
we
the
are
hood.
here in the
He said, there they go.
Oh my God! It's
Chicago.
But see nowadays you can come interview. Oh, I see you a Crip.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us some things about the Crip.
Right.
Well, see, it ain't like back in the day. They're approachable now. They got jobs. They got
Right.
9 to 5.
Yeah.
He might be your Uber driver.
Yeah.
He might be serving you at the restaurant.
Right, what's that dude? Crip Mac, 55th Street.
Yeah.
55th Street.
Right. You know.
Crip dog being
So we're approachable now. Interview us, man. You know, you got gang niggas that is affiliating these gangs getting full out podcast interviews. Here we
That nigga 4 extra.
Right.
Off the bat.
Right.
He said 4 extra. Can we interview you? Off the
full
bat.
out interviews.
You get much?
Go ahead, bro. You got it.
It says, not too much. It says,
Yeah, you can slide up. Make sure everybody. You want to jump? You get wet. You slide in.
so I would scatter my people before their enemies, like dust blown by the east wind. I would turn my back on them. I will not help them when the disaster comes.
Yeah.
Proverbs 1 and 27. I'm going to read this in the NLT. It says, when calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster engulfs you like a
Yeah, see, when a storm overtakes you, you don't know what direction to get out of it.
Yep.
You know, in the midst of a storm, you don't know whether to go east, west, north, south.
Right.
You just stuck there.
Yeah.
You know?
Remember that Florida nigga? He said, mama.
Yeah.
Mama. What did I do, mama? Mama. I forgot about this.
Oh my God, mama.
It reads on.
He said, I know, baby. I know.
Yeah, and fucking, what was that movie? The nigga was Adam Sandler was a football player.
Waterboy.
Mama.
Right.
Mama said, hey, that's the men of our nation, man. Primarily you so-called Negroes, man. Well, mama said, Charleston white ass nigga.
Right.
They always go back to mama. He said, mama said, hey, yeah, your mama wasn't right, man. All right? Our mothers weren't right. You know, get it through your head, man. Just because they were your mother, just because they raised you, doesn't mean that they were right, man.
Well, think about it. How you know everything? You blame your dad for everything,
Right.
and it's like your mom would have quit it.
Right.
How you never looked at your mom? How dad got you sit down and talk to Jake. Ain't nothing. You should ain't nothing about his father. Even a daughter. But then here it is your mom. You the reason why you really fucked up.
Yeah, for real.
What's your mama? Love my mama, man. I ain't going for my mama, man. Won't be well, man. Now he's like, look at this nigga, fuck it up, man.
That's for real.
God damn.
Remember the movie?
Mama a junkie. Mama a junkie and she out there. Let niggas run up in here. But, man, my mama's strong, bro. Like, God damn.
Meanwhile, your mother's the biggest hoe.
Yeah. But daddy would fuck that nigga, man. That nigga just start getting, I'm like, God damn. But you get rid of, it's no, dad get accused and blamed for everything, but your mom just get acquitted. Yep. But you don't understand. Your mom is the goddamn problem. What's the problem?
Yep.
That's coming to an end.
That was Esau's primarily, I would say primary link to, destroying the household.
Yep.
You know, Esau directly operated and worked with the women, and that, brought down and dismantled the household of the so-called black family.
I got to do some kind of Lamentations 2 and 1 in the GMT. The Lord in his anger has covered Zion with darkness. It's heavily split.
What scripture is that?
Lamentations 2, 1 to GMT. Starting over again, the Lord in his anger has covered Zion with darkness. He did that before. He did it again. He's going to do it again. I mean, he covered niggas now in darkness.
That's
but
that confusion.
yeah. He's really going to show his anger in Jacob's trouble.
Right.
So it says, its heavenly splendor he has turned into ruins.
Because that darkness is not, you know, it's speaking of the state of mind of our people. You know, it's speaking about the confusion. It's speaking about the wickedness that you're involved in. You know, there's a scripture that speaks about can you get that real quick? You know, because this land, this whole earth is covered in gross darkness. You know, what's pushed on high, man? You know, you can be whatever you want to be. There's no longer just male and female. Now there is. You know, but last couple weeks. You know, we know that's just part of Esau's agenda. But you know, you ask a person a simple question, you know, prior to the last couple of weeks, which they'll still probably answer this way anyway. You know, how many genders are on the earth?
Right.
And they're gonna give you 18 different answers.
Right.
Yeah. And according to politics, according to the laws of the land, the nigga would be right. You know, that's nothing but confusion, man.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 60:2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen.
Yeah,
among
gross
thee.
darkness to people, man. Like the you know, the elders from Dallas was doing a video yesterday concerning the DEI.
Yep.
You know, and how the wicked elites basically set it up for, you know, America and the politics to go so far left that, you know, now they were going to swing it back right. You know what I'm saying? So now it went so far left under, you know, the previous presidents, you know, Biden and so on. And now it's gotten so bad that now they're going to swing it back right.
And that's where it hurts the most.
Right.
When you, it's like when you pull the rubber band back.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah. Right. You know, and like they were going into, like, it sounds good because a lot of the points and a lot of things that are being brought out actually are correct. You know, concerning genders, concerning, you know, the DEI situation and the various different things that are being implemented, which, you know, that's how it always should have been.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That should have gone without saying. You know? And people are mad about it. People are mad, well, why can't I do this job because I ain't got one leg? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just scream and start cussing for no reason periodically times of the day. Why can't I work here? You got Tourette's, motherfuckers. You can't work on customer service.
Right.
Mentally stable.
It's not healthy.
Yeah. You know?
Right. Every occupation has its limits on what a person can do. You can't teach if you can't read.
Right.
You know? You can't be a runner. Yeah, you can't be a runner if you ain't got no legs.
Right.
You can't swim if you ain't got no arms. Come on.
But what they try to do, they try to sweeten it up. And remember how they try to have handicapped people at certain extreme events?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Like, like I saw that handicapped nigga in a wheelchair go off a half pipe. I'm like, wow, yo, come on, that shit. Why the fuck would they do this, man? Somebody should have told you, you can't fucking do it. You don't want to see that shit, man. But hey, that motherfucker jumped off a half pipe, man. That's some old people shit.
You can do everything.
What the fuck is this?
You can do everything. If you're handicapped, you can do everything as if you weren't handicapped.
Come on.
We'll play basketball. We'll play football.
Right.
Oh, you want to be a chef? You want to be this? Hey, you can do it. We got the handicap sport, man.
But one thing I never heard Jake say, I'm white.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm white.
Right. Yo.
Make that work. Make them believe that.
Right.
Yeah.
When you go on your job or wherever you go, tell people I'm white. Why haven't nobody took that approach? You know, you could be everything else. You should be accepted. Well, you're black, and you want to deep down you want to be white.
Hey, man, we shouldn't have to deal with that. We shouldn't have to deal with your defects, your problems. You know, because a lot of it's mental.
Yep.
You know, I think the mental is more worse than the physical. Giving these niggas, giving these
that's where
people
it starts.
jobs that are mentally unstable, man. Here it is. You go to check out at the Kroger line.
I know,
You
right?
dumped all your groceries, all your
Right.
shit instead.
Right.
Stop hiring bitches like that, man. Stop hiring people like that. You know what I'm saying?
And some of these people with mental, issues are pilots.
Right.
Did you know hear about the story with the pilot that jumped out of the window?
Yeah.
And then the pilot was kind of like, he just jumped out of the window.
Yeah, well, that's what
It's like,
Trump was going into. The FAA had Pacific's you know, for hiring people that were, you know, had schizophrenia, had mentally unstable, you know, had disabilities, and they wanted them to be, you know, working amongst planes, man. I mean, these are your plane operators, your mechanics, the people waving the plane to come into the, you know, these technical jobs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not just, you know, the FAA. That's, you know, businesses all across the board, man. They get special. Here it is. You have you're a handicap. You get special treatment. You get the job over the strength of somebody that's fully able and has credentials. No, we didn't hire you because of, you know, the DEI, whatever they call that shit. You know, we hired this guy. He can't, you know, he's got an oxygen tank. And sometimes you might have to help him, you know, up the stairs. Hold up! Wait, I'm not doing it. Wait, you mean, you know, hey, it makes sense, man, but it's the way society is structured, it has gone so far away from common sense that it's like, people look at that and they're like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, God, what do you mean it makes sense? Like, yeah, it's crazy, man.
Should have never went off like that.
Yeah, come. I can't
Esau's
even
doing. That's Esau's doing.
Yep.
To basically make it look like he's a hero.
Yeah.
He fucked.
Facts.
But don't you know it's crazy? Esau would never still get blamed.
Yeah.
This is all Esau's doing. It says that what's that scripture that tells you the people are as the rulers.
As the rulers so the people.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, you know what I'm saying? Because there was a pipeline growing up. There was middle school, high school, vocational schools wanted to go that route slot. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to learn a trade, you had the choice to learn a trade. Or if you wanted, you know what I'm saying, to get a degree, you got a degree. But they got rid of the vocational aspect of things, whereas Jake don't even know what he wants to fucking be anymore. You know what I'm saying?
They want to be shit that's not even on the menu.
Yep.
You can't go to college to be a podcast.
Right.
That's why they got these problems now where, you know what I'm saying, even if you get a fucking job at McDonald's, the average Jake can't read the fucking menu. That's why they got pictures on it.
Remember,
Pictograms and shit.
remember your mom.
Pop-ups on the display.
Their moms in the school teacher allowed to.
Yeah.
Hey, you can do whatever you want to do. And then you got an Edomite woman that's your teacher. She'll tell you, you can do whatever you want to do. Huh? That don't sound right.
Right.
That don't make sense.
And there was more quality in the jobs like you wanted to. Even if Jake had a job working, you know, for low income at McDonald's or something, he took some type of pride in his job. You can go to these restaurants, you can go to these McDonald's, these Burger Kings, these different facilities where Jake was working, and Jake would actually hold his job to a standard. He was like, I'm trying to do this good.
Right.
Now Jake's just there. Like, you walk in, they on their phone.
They on their phone. They looking at you like,
You don't know if the nigga worked there or not. Guys, you know what I'm saying? And then you
When you go up there, you like,
I made that mistake.
like you
and you
man.
think like, all right, you know, let me see this manager. I'm about to say something about it. The manager come out and look worse than him. Like, God damn it. Matter of fact, I'm leaving. I don't even want to be here no more, man. You know?
Like, he don't work here, bro.
Yeah.
He got the shirt on and everything.
He on this break.
right.
Go ahead, bro.
it says, verse 1 again. So, Lamentations 2:1. The Lord in his anger has covered Zion with darkness. Its heavenly splendor he has turned into ruins. On the day of his anger he abandoned.
Our people have become degenerates, man. You know, and I mean, just look at Jake. He's through. And once again, Esau is right there to capitalize off the demise of the Israelites.
Yep.
Now you're being portrayed as the problem of the earth once again. We're cleaning up America by getting the Israelites out of here. You know, we're cleaning up America because, look at these people, what they're doing.
Yep.
They took our jobs.
Sounds like
Hey,
They're criminals. They're criminals.
That's South Park episode. That shit hit different. They took our job. Man, come on, y'all don't want to work anyway, man. Stop it.
I know,
Talking
right?
about some jobs.
Right.
Man. What are you talking about, man? Y'all don't want to work, bro. Go ahead, bro.
On the day of his anger, he abandoned even his temple. The Lord destroyed without mercy every village in Judah and tore down the forts that defended the land. He brought disgrace on the kingdom and its rulers. In his fury, he shattered the strength of Israel. He refused to help us when the enemy came. He raged against us like fire, destroying everything. He aimed his arrows at us like an enemy. He killed
Yeah,
all
they
those.
dispersed us out of our land.
Yep.
Allowed our land to be trodden down. You know, for the Gentiles to come in. You know, scattered the Israelites all over the four corners of the earth. And these end times that we're living in, he took your nationality from you.
Yep.
You know? And basically what the brother's reading about goes back to what? It goes back to the curses. You know? And he's allowed these nations, you know, to rule over you and take advantage of you. And that's what's happening. The nations are taking advantage of the Israelites, man, mainly concerning Esau, Edom.
That's right.
You got it, bro.
It says, he aimed his arrows at us like an enemy. He killed all those who were our joy and delight.
Yep.
Here in Jerusalem, we felt his burning anger. Like an enemy, the Lord had destroyed Israel. He has left her forts and palaces in ruins. He has brought on the people of Judah unending sorrow. He smashed to pieces the temple where we worship him.
Yeah, and see, this is applying the Israelites, man. You know?
And it happened before.
Right, right.
And
That's what I'm saying. And this is a horrible time you're going that the brother's speaking about.
To remember this, see, that's why in the churches they never brought these up.
Yep.
And they try to make it seem like, see, there's a God, this,
So now,
you just,
The angry God from the Old Testament.
they just eradicated. They're no more here.
Yeah.
Well, dummy, this is us.
Yeah.
What we're reading from, this is what Yahweh Bashem Yahshua did to us.
Yeah.
And the fact that, and we're telling our people now,
He's going to do worse.
we're going to do worse, man.
So-
if you don't get your act together.
Yeah. Because when you go into these accounts, you know, it's very harsh.
Yeah,
You know,
this
very
is
graphic.
Yeah, it's crazy because according to everybody else, this is just a fairy tale. You know, basically, if you don't abide by the rules of America, basically you're gonna go to hell. What happened to the Israelites is basically what happened. You know, you get what I'm saying. They're trying to paint a picture as if we aren't those people, but Yahweh has revealed we are those people, man.
Yeah, now it's, you know, you got to be a spiritualist.
Yeah, you grafted in. You know, don't be like the Israelite that was stubborn, rebellious. The Lord had to take away, destroy, put into captivity. Well,
He's still here.
we're still here.
Yeah.
Right.
And since
Never went away.
Since you Israelites didn't accept, you know, this gospel,
Yeah.
the Lord turned it to the people that He hated, and He just completely kicked you out of the party. You know, like, come on, man, it doesn't make sense. Why would this what the promises? Let's say that did happen. Let's say that you know, it was opened up to, you know, the non-Israelites, man. Well, the Lord's chosen people are still the Israelites, right?
Right.
Well, my thing is this thing. That it goes. I always say this. Then that cuts the JEWs.
Yep.
Exactly.
Cause why they in the land now?
Exactly.
Right.
If they just went away and just disappeared, why they in the land?
Right.
Why, as a people, everybody in the world, why they ain't in there?
Right. And why aren't
Why
you
the
a part of-
Chinese ain't over there?
Exactly. And why aren't you part of the second covenant?
Come on.
You know?
That would make the Lord a liar.
Right.
That would make the Lord a liar, you know what I'm saying? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahshai said, Moab shall not enter into the congregation even into the fourth generation. He also said that although Esau sowed it carefully with tears, he found no place of repentance. So you got two nations right there that is cut off from salvation.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
That you know what I'm saying, I can think of off the top of my head. So what are they talking about as far as everyone can be saved? You know what I'm saying? These other gods that Jake has been following. These other gods that Jake has been chasing speak of prosperity, you know, wealth and stuff like that. But going into what Karat was going into, our God goes into whipping your ass.
Right.
And then gives you example on how he did it and why he did
Why
it.
you did it.
Yeah, but according to the black woman in America, God is good all the time. See that again? That goes back to that Christianity bullshit. God is a good God at all times. He blesses. You know, it's just a loving, peaceful. You know, do no wrong. But hey, when you read it, as soon as you open up the Bible and start reading, you be like, whoa, oh, man, hold on, what's going on here? They said the Lord did what? Told Israel to do what? You start saying, well, if you're not taught by the men, you're not going to understand. Right?
Sirach 33:7. Why do it one day?
You'd be amazed what you see. You open up this Bible and what everybody in this world has lied about.
Sirach 33:7. Why do it one day excel another? When as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun. Verse 8.
Yeah, the days aren't the same. Go ahead.
Verse 8, by the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts.
Yep, go ahead.
Verse 9, some of them have he made high days, and hallowed them, and some of them have he made ordinary
Yeah,
days.
there's days that are greater than other days, man. You know, there's going into the high holy days, going into the feast days, man. Every day is not the same. Not every day is alike, nor are the seasons. Go ahead.
You know, it's crazy because a little bit down in that Lamentation 2, the teacher had to go back through all our knowledge of our high holy days.
Yep. Go
So we
ahead.
have no knowledge of anything about us.
Right.
But like I said, our people know the holidays are here.
Yep.
You know, football team, the basketball, Super Bowl, etc.
Sirach 33 and 9, some of them have he made high days and hallowed them, and some of them have he made ordinary days. Verse 10, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge the Lord hath divided them and made their ways diverse.
Yep. Go ahead.
Verse 12, some of them have he pleased and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself, but some of them have he cursed and brought low.
And you read that verse again?
Yep. But some of them have he cursed and brought low.
Oh, no, the verse before that's a lot.
Yep, Sirach 33 and 12. Some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself.
Yeah, and that's talking about what? That's talking about who? That's talking about the Israelites, right? Go ahead.
But some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places.
Yeah. And it works vice versa, you know? Some of them has he blessed, some of them has he cursed. You know, he's also cursed the Israelites. You know, he's also blessed Esau. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord has distinguished and set things apart. You know, everyone's not acceptable. Everyone's not on the same playing field, man. You know, go ahead.
Real quick, and I'll bring this right quick, and I'll jump back real quick. Isaiah 55 and 8.
Yeah, the ones that he set close to himself are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah 55 and 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said the Lord. Just want to bring that out.
Yep.
Going back to Sirach 33.
You know, it's funny too. I was pondering on they were saying how everybody's the same. If that was the case, Yahweh would have never blessed and healed those people. If that was just a normal thing, and basically there was nothing wrong with the fact that they had lames and they had demons on, Yahweh would have never basically healed these people. Man. It would have been okay. That's why ultimately when it was the blind man,
You look at him and say, you don't need your sight. You don't need your legs. How do you know you don't got legs?
as he was healed, he said, bless the Lord. Because he was quiet, you couldn't, you know, and our
Yeah, but that's right though, you know, because, you know, the power of Yahweh was shown through those miracles.
Slap. Like the blind man, they asked, he said, yo, was it something he did in his past?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Now, our people knew that if it was a certain condition,
Yeah.
you did something.
They haven't.
It happened for a reason. So, like Elder Manat was talking about, and it was beautiful, he said it. When people are born a certain way, they did something. And ultimately, the Lord, man, he don't want them. Because it's something he did that had to come about when you live like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Sirach 33 and 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liken him best. Verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
Yeah, so why is that?
God can't do evil. He's good all the time. You know, and that's just the mindset of the people, you know what I'm saying? Because the idea of the Lord has been taught by the precepts of men. So they can't see that scripture coming to pass, you know what I'm saying? Because they think that the Lord is always good. But they're about to realize that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has got a judgment coming.
And there's no balance in that.
Correct.
How you gonna have good without evil?
Exactly.
How you gonna have up without down? You know, the Lord is a perfect balance. The Lord is a perfect balance. You can't have one without the other. Verse 15. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. Yep, Surah 33 and 15. So look upon all the works of the Most High.
Yeah, 2 and 2.
And there are two and two, one against another. Yep. Verse 16. I awake up last of all as one that gathereth after the great gatherers. By
What chapter you in?
Surah 33,
Oh,
verse
okay.
16.
Okay, go ahead.
Keep going. It says, I awake up last of all as one that gathereth after the great gatherers. By the blessing of the Lord.
Yeah, you can stop right there. Pull out Lamentations.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 5.
I didn't realize that. The
book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 7. Book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquity.
Yeah, hey, like the brother was going into concerning, the disciples asking Yahweh about the blind man, did he sin or did his parents sin that he was born blind? Because he was born blind. He wasn't born and he lost the sight over a particular amount of days and times, or he once, had sight. He never had sight, So they fully were well aware that you actually bear the sins of your forefathers, or you received that particular ailment or judgment because of the sins that you committed in your previous life. So concerning reincarnation and concerning the sins of your forefathers, which really you are your forefathers when you go, far down the line.
Yeah, because you can't bear the sin of your father.
Right.
You bear your own sin from
Right.
your previous life. You're not going to carry on the sin from your father.
There you go.
That's right.
And that goes, hey, because that's heavy. Because you actually already just knowing that is going to have you hold yourself and your family to another standard. Man. Esau knows that. These wicked, well, I say these wicked elites know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So knowing that, hey, man, the children that I have, on down the line, going on down the line from the, your sons. You know what I'm saying? You're coming through them.
Yeah, right. That's why they keep it all in the fucking family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fact.
Yep.
Yeah.
God.
Because they understand that reincarnation is real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every third or fourth generation, they'll see another.
Yeah, he said, you better not fuck it up to his son, because you gonna fuck it up for me.
Right.
Say, you better do this shit, right? I'm handing you down the shit. I'm giving you the blueprint. Hey, the 4 generations, man, I'm gonna be back on the scene, man. Yeah, come. Standing back in the light. You better, bro. That was the point.
Can I bring down this
Go ahead.
actual account? St. John 9 and 2 in NLT. Rabbi, his disciples asked him, why was this man born blind? Was it because of his own sins or his parents' sins? It says, verse 3, quote, it was not because of the sins or his parents' sins, Yahweh Shai answered. This happened so the power of Yahweh Shai could be seen of him.
Right, so it was neither. So this was a special occasion.
Yep.
This was something out of the ordinary. This is not the norm. He was born blind for a particular purpose, that the power and Yahweh Shai could show his power through him, and healing him and giving him sight. Which I believe that account, did not the Pharisees get on him? Was that the account where the Pharisees got on him for Yahweh Shai healing him? That might have been another account.
No, it's a different account.
Okay, that was another account.
Might be right.
It might be. I don't know.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
Okay.
yeah, go ahead, keep going.
Surah 9 and 13.
The Pharisees said, hell, I'm not giving a fuck if you. How long you ain't had your sight? What day did he heal you on?
Right.
Where was this?
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
I don't hear what your motherfucker said.
Surah 9 and 13 NLT. Then they took the man who had been blind to the Pharisees because it was on the Sabbath.
He said, what day was this? You said, what? He said, I can see. I've never seen this. Is great, sir. Come here. You got the paper? Who was it?
Right.
All right. He said, but I can see. We don't care about all that. We don't want to hear about all that. Mark that down. Okay?
Right.
keep going, bro.
Verse 14. Because it was on the Sabbath that Yahushua had made the mud and healed him.
Yep.
Verse 15, the Pharisees asked the man all about it. So he told them.
They asked him all about it. We want to hear, give us the Genesis. We want the details, man. Matter of fact, go back as far as you remember. Before Yahushua came before you. Go ahead, bro.
He put the mud over my eyes, and when I washed it away, I could see. Some of the Pharisees said, this man, Yahushua, is not from the Most High. He is working on the Sabbath.
Yeah. So let's say, man, this is not the man of the Lord, man. He's doing work on the Sabbath, man. This can't be, the Son of God. He can't be who he say he is, right?
Yep.
So the Pharisees had a problem with Yahushua doing miracles and doing good works on the Sabbath day, man. And you have those same Pharisees back on the scene standing in the light. Go ahead.
Others said, how could an ordinary sinner do such miraculous signs?
Yeah,
Oh.
and the Pharisees took note to that, man. This man could do miracles. We've seen it with our own eyes. We gotta come with something. We gotta come with a better narrative and a better script to actually apprehend this man and take him down, or the Jews will come after us, right? Go ahead.
So there was a deep division of opinion among them.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because they couldn't just go, apprehend Yahushua on the scene. You know what I'm saying? So they had to devise something. They had to set it up. They had to distill, certain thoughts in the minds of the Jews around them as well, man.
Yep. Can I read a little bit
Come on,
more?
go ahead, bro.
Just two more. It says, then the Pharisees, verse 17, then the Pharisees again questioned the man who had been blind and demanded, what's your opinion about this man who healed you? The man replied, I think he must be a prophet. That right there is a prophet. Like,
Yeah.
Shit.
You mean he's
Yeah, what you mean?
Keep reading. Actually, keep going.
St. John 9, and the leaders still refused to believe the man had been blind and could now
so
see.
they doubted the whole. They said, man, you faking it. They said you would never
This
blind
ain't
from the
real.
beginning, man. He was faking it, man. He's capping. He just saying that he heals you, that you was blind, man. We ain't trying to hear this shit. Man, you ain't even blind. And that's Jake, man. That's how you know it was Jake. Oh, man, you were happy, man. Yeah, he was fucking saying this.
The leaders still refused to believe the man had been blind and could now see, so they called his parents.
Hey, we gonna go further into it. We're gonna go get your parents and get, the background from them. Go ahead.
Verse 19, they asked him, is this your son? Was he born blind? If so, how can he now see? Verse 20, his parents replied, we know this is our son, and that he was born blind. It says, but we don't know how he could see or who healed him. Ask him. He is old enough to speak for himself.
What did he say?
Right. Verse 22, his parents said this because they were afraid of the leaders who had announced that anyone saying Yahushua was the Messiah would be expelled from the synagogue.
Yep.
It says, verse 23, that's why they said he is old enough, ask him.
Yep.
So for the second time, they called in the man who had been blind and told him the Most High should get the glory for this because we know this man, Yahushua, is a sinner. They're trying to say he's a sinner because he did the miracle.
Yeah, they try to do away with your, even back in the time when Yahushua was on the scene, they were trying to basically
give him credit.
Take away Yahushua out the picture, man. They were trying to go straight directly to the Heavenly Father, man. And you see that happening today, man. Jake's, we don't need Yahushua. Yahushua was just a regular man, And he's not the mediator. We can get directly to the Heavenly Father, man. We have access, but you don't have that access, man. The only access is through Yahushua.
That's why you gotta know the importance of what Yahushua did. As a nation, for us, for the elect. He broke down, going back to Lamentation 2, Jeremiah 18, and other scriptures what we brought out. Y'all can still be mad at us.
Yeah, I know, right?
Vote for Yahushua. If Yahushua didn't pardon our iniquity, come on, man. We wouldn't be worthy to even mention his name as a nation. So Yahushua's important, man. You got to know the whole history of the Bible. And again, that's why when these Christians and the other denominations come out and speak so boldly and say, oh, they open up the Yahweh Shai for everybody, it should offend you. It really should offend you because you really don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And how we was in bad condition. We was in a bad case. We went off. We fucked up as a nation. And the importance of what Yahweh Shai did, he brought us back. We were able to.
That's that reconciliation.
Yeah, we were able to wake up again. That we are Israel. Like, remember.
How are the other nations going to be
Come
reconciled?
on.
Y'all know
That
your
cuts.
words.
That cuts. Then that Romans 11 is not in effect.
Right. Yeah. You can't be brought back something that you were never part of. Man.
It just doesn't make sense.
Don't make
man.
sense.
So that's why when you read the history of the Old Testament and New Testament, man, it just shows you what type of man you have to be.
And then I'll let you write.
But
Romans 13:11. You got something?
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah 3:12. Go and proclaim these words toward the north and say, return, thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord, and I will not cause my anger to fall upon you. For I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever.
Yeah.
Verse 13.
he also did it by the Yahweh Shai.
Right.
And then what did Yahweh Shai do for us? Gave us the comfort. Gave us the scriptures. Gave us the light to see.
Yep. Verse 13. Only acknowledge thine iniquity that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy power, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, said the Lord. So our Lord is asking us to acknowledge, repent, and amend our ways. Change our evil ways. Verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, said the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you, one of a city, and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. Verse 15. And I will give you pastors.
You know, it's crazy. When you go to that scripture that talks about how a woman defiles a man and goes to another husband, really, you're not supposed to, she's supposed to be put to death. And a man's not supposed to take her back. But it shows you the love that Yahweh has for our people. He said he took us back.
Return unto me.
That's real mercy.
Yeah. Well, beyond, he just said, Yahweh said he's married to us. So really, he's supposed to be dead at all.
Yeah,
We
man.
were a whore. We played a whore.
And then they gonna still say there was a place called hell. Well, that don't make sense. There's a place called hell. The Lord, why would he? Hey, what's the point of taking us there?
I know, right?
Since there's this place called hell where people just he made this place. He wants
He
people
used
to
his own law. Yahweh used his own law. He told us, yo, both woman or a man is called an adulterer, get rid of him.
Yep.
But he said, yo, that's a part of even the law. But I love Israel. I love, you my people, you my nation.
Yep.
right.
I shouldn't take you back, but I am.
Yeah.
And he sent his only begotten son. He sent his only begotten son to die for our sins.
Right. If there was a place called hell, the Lord would say, "Hey, don't worry about it."
I created new people.
Right.
What can you do to him? Let him live his life. He'll get old and he'll die and he'll wake up in hell. You know, I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. No,
The Garden of Gethsemane would have never came close.
Yeah.
He would have said, Lord, is hell real because I don't want to do this. You could have said that. If they're going to hell, why do I, you know? You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
Finishing off, Jeremiah 3:15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart.
And that's what you see on all over the four corners of the earth right now. That, out there in the highways and byways, the prophets are on the scene. It speaks about Matthew the 24th chapter. This knowledge shall travel the earth, and then shall the end come. Roughly paraphrasing.
Yep.
Scriptures say that you shall see your teachers, man. You got it, brother.
It reads on, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Yeah. And you see, our people don't want instructions, they don't want knowledge, they don't want understanding, they know that they're sick. Whether they know it or not, they are sick. And they don't want a treatment. They don't want, the healing. They don't want to be cured. They want to stay sick. All right, they've gotten acclimatized, to being a sick individual, man. They're like, man, I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna be this way. I'm all right. I don't want. You can't tell me nothing. And no, I don't want no healing. Don't try to give me any medicine. No, I don't want to change from the state that I'm in. That's why, like the brother was bringing out, our people just gotta die, man.
Not be stricken anymore. All you do is vote more and more. You just get worse.
Yeah. Hey, certain sicknesses that people get, you gotta put them to death. Because of the pandemic. God damn it. Yeah. Certain shit you got to get paid.
Yeah.
You gotta
That's evil.
Yeah, we know what.
If they get bit, you gotta kill them.
Yeah.
And hey, our people really are zombies, man. And all people do is go around and bite somebody else with the hand. That's really the bite that's it.
Yeah.
I remember the video games and the movie, man. As soon as they got bit, they'll show they're happy. They say, get rid of it. The mission gonna turn into a zombie.
Yeah. There's this
And that's
movie.
our people.
Yep. There's this movie, I forgot the name. Me and Zariala I was watching it and I was telling Zariala about it. But it has scenes like when the movie is based off of that. That if they test you and you have this disease or sickness or whatever the case, there ain't no like, they immediately, they test you and then once they realize you have it, they like test your blood. And you could be like your friend, your family, your mother, whatever. They just start wrapping you up in saran wrap.
Damn.
And they set you and your whole house on fire.
Damn.
I forgot the name of that movie. It's a series, not a movie. It's a series on Netflix. I'll put it in the chat though. It's pretty good. I ain't watched the whole thing, but it's pretty good. Was you done with that? Go ahead and bring that Romans 13. You guys, you can wrap that. Give me one.
Book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Yeah, Khan, you know what I'm saying? Because we're definitely in that time where Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is making his presence known in the earth. You know what I'm saying? And pursuant to the book of Zephaniah, woe to the men who are settled on their leads. Now isn't the time to get comfortable. Now isn't the time, you know what I'm saying, to fall back into what you're used to. Now is the time for you to get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding before it's too late, because at the end of the day, this devil's about to shut off the internet. You know, and very soon you're not going to be able to acquire this understanding.
People gonna die off of that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have mass casualties.
Yeah, Khan, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to walk up and take pictures, but at the end of the day, what knowledge did you gain? What understanding did you get? You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has his hand stretched out still, you know? And so with that, we pray that you found this camp edifying, and we're going to face the east and give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharallah.